we're just going to be running this with 3 crew. To start us off, let's hear from Krifa.
Hi, I'm Krifu Bernal. My pronouns are he, him. And tonight I am playing Nikon, the Verthani augmented soldier, whose pronouns are also he, him. And he's felt pretty useful. I mean, that fight with the thing was, I was shooting a lot, which was sort of out of my wheelhouse. But, he was doing computer stuff on the aboard the Master of Stars, fixing things, and that felt really nice, actually.
All right, and next up we have RJ.
Hi, I'm RJ, pronouns he, him, or they. And my character is Dr. Callum Prey, who seems to be turning towards the more sensible end of OCs that I've played in previous campaigns. So he's being responsible. He saw an opportunity to be mean to children and didn't take it up, which I think is character growth for me as a person and my character. Beyond that, he's an android, modelled after a Valaka, and he has a medical degree, which makes him more qualified than me in real life.
And finally, Hedgehog.
Hello, I'm Hedgehog, he, him, and tonight I'm playing Lucien Ella. There we go. Oh God, it's happening already. Who's she, her, the half-elf dreamer, prophet, mystic girl who is not like her brother in any way, shape, or form, has a significant problem with following orders and likes to be very mischievous, which for me is character regression compared to what I'm normally like. So this is a whole load of fun.
Okay, so yes, we join the crew mid-adventure. They have been inaugurated into the Starfinder Society. My camera is twitching. I will address that if it keeps doing it. They've been inaugurated into the Starfinder Society. They've been asked by the kind of leader of the Starfinder Society, the guidance, to go and ask the heads of the various different sub-factions of the Starfinder Society for missions to complete. They have met the leader of the Exo Guardians, Zigvigix, or Ziggy for short, who asked them to do 2 things. One more of a minor favor, which was to go buy the Strawberry Machine Cake album Sugar Heart Love, which they queued for quite a while to buy, and also clear a warehouse out of a dangerous creature. Then they went over to the Starship Master of Stars, where they met the Wayfinder leader, Fitch, who asked them to investigate a power outage on one of the lower decks, where they found a couple of children and a mysterious alien running amok. They managed to calm them down and get everybody back safely. They are now back on the way to Absalon Station proper, where they are scheduled for a meeting with the head of, I should have moved these notes down, the Acquisitives.
The Acquisitives.
Acquisitives. ACQUISITIVES.
Not inquisitive.
12 points.
12 points.
With a Q in there, only 12. But yes, is there anything you particularly want to do while on the way there? You have some credits that you can spend on things if absolutely necessary. If not, we can jump straight in.
I meant to do shopping in the time between, but I did not. So I'm gonna grab 2 Mark 1 serum healing serums. I've got 213 credits. We've encountered some combat. I feel like it's not a bad choice.
think Lucian's spending most of her time on the way back just like righting her hair over and over again and trying to get rid of all the dust from the vents from last time out.
Mm.
Ugh.
Is Dr. Prey doing anything?
He's probably off in the corner. He's still listening to band whose name I will never be able to get in the right order. Strawberry Court.
Strawberry Machine Cake.
Yes, that's it.
The album is Sugar Heart Love.
Star
Yeah.
Sugar Heart.
Star Sugar Heart Love.
Star
Yeah,
Sugar
yes,
Heart Love. Even
yes.
yes, it's.
Yeah, so he's probably in the corner. He's still bopping to that. He's quite enjoying it. Like he probably wouldn't admit it out loud to people, but
No, not to a certain person who said they would like it.
okay, he'll maybe confess it to Lucien, but no one else can know.
Not in a way that leaves any evidence whatsoever.
Yeah.
But yes, as you finish off your little tidbits of shopping and preparing, you come to the offices of the Acquisitives. The plain white doors of the office slide open to reveal a stark, dimly lit room. The chamber is bleak and expressionless in its emptiness. No vanities line the smooth black walls, and no signs of use mar the smooth black furniture. The only occupant of the suite is a bug-eyed tadpole wriggling in a glowing blue aquarium, and a reptilian Vesk seated behind an onyx desk. The desk gestures to a number of chairs in front of him, his features sharply illuminated by the light of his desk's green hollow screen. The new graduates, he greets in a low and pleasant voice. Pretend this is pleasant. Good day. I am Razdazam. Though, since you are here, I should hope you already knew. I trust you are aware of our society's traditions, so I'll cut to the point. I have a minor situation that needs resolution. One of our members, a human named Labroni, had a rather public altercation with a junk scavenger in the Spike. You might be more familiar with the scavenger than I, actually. He is a Yasoki who fancifully calls himself Rat Rod. I am told he runs a popular racing competition that has several hundreds of thousands of viewers on the station's infosphere. For some reason, Labroni felt the need to tell him that any real mechanic could beat the garbage that Rat Rod and his associates slapped together. Now that Rat Rod has issued an infosphere-wide demand that she race him and prove it, Labroni doubts she can back up the claim. Embarrassing, isn't it? Not the sort of troublemaker that suits our society. Perhaps she would be better suited to the bottom of a trash compactor. Well, we cannot afford to throw her out, not after so many Starfinders were lost in the scoured stars. Besides, we can't let people think we are weak and have no control of our own members, or we cannot step up to a scrapyard junker. No, I need you to assist Labroni in winning the race. Show our detractors that even the least of our society is someone not to be troweled with.
I like that this person's like entirely done with this person. Was it Labroni before we even met them? He's like, yeah, this guy's kind of like an imbecile. Can you bail him out? Thanks. So Dr. Grazer, like, yes, I suppose.
Yeah, what was the word? Show people that even the least of us.
Yeah, that's the line that got me.
Like,
Well, because Radazam is the Acquisitives. We've met Radazam in like the main the A plot, I guess. And the Acquisitives are like the newest Starfinder faction. They're basically like mercenaries, if I remember correctly.
I have a handout that tells us a little bit about the Acquisitives. That is far too small for me to read on screen, apparently. There we go. They represent the result of Luzwaz Elsbo's efforts to hold the society together by hiring mercenaries to fill out the roles of missing starfinders. Many mercenaries realized that society was far more lucrative venture, both monetary and in terms of popularity, than their old line of work. The faction's current leader, Razmazan, is concerned with maintaining the organization's public-facing reputations, as well as the reputation and fame of those starfinders directly serving the Inquisitive's interests.
So it kind of makes sense that he's like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, ex-mercenary who basically wants to uphold the reputation, and it's like, you may be the worst of us, but you're still the best of society. Go out there and prove it.
Not much of a tall order then.
Yeah.
You just got to win a race. How many people here have won a race before?
How hard can that be?
So Nikon is sort of sitting there, kind of lean forward, hands between his legs, and is like, "This Laboni are they a good racer at all?"
They're more of a mechanic than a racer. I wouldn't trust them to drive around town, never mind run a race, but it's a situation we find ourselves in.
Oh, fantastic. We're off to a good start already.
Okay.
What kind of racing will this be?
It's a scrap race. Part of the spire is known as Bot Scrap, where the Yosoki have established a junkyard of sorts. Dominated by the Salvage Union, who controls most of the yards. You enter the race, you start off with the basic frame and chassis, and then have to scavenge parts out of the junkyard to enhance your ride. And then a predetermined track through the junkyard is the course.
Oh.
I definitely don't think I can help make a scrap racer.
Yes,
But I can definitely go and help engineer someone else's.
Do what you must.
All right.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a validated way to go forth and cheat, but
Thanks,
We're about
Radizan.
results, not actions here.
It's not my fault if my hand accidentally hits one of the combustion manifolds and accidentally closes it.
I mean, from a medical perspective, it absolutely would be your fault.
Good job I'm not a medic.
I'm going to have to turn a blind eye to a lot of my morals, I fear. And on top of that, my knowledge of vehicles starts at how to turn them on and ends at how to turn them off. So
I do know where the turn indicators are.
Okay, well, between us, we know two things about how to drive a car. So if we can build upon that into how to win a race against someone called Rod Rat?
If it's a straight line, we're fine. We just put the foot down on the accelerator and keep going in one direction.
Yes, but that seems like some
It's
kind of
corners that's going to be the problem.
Yes.
Don't worry,
Just-
Radizan. We'll take care of it.
Just turns to Nikon and is like, well, how much do you know about winning races?
I know enough to know that I don't know what I don't know until we get there and take a look at what we've got to work with.
Excellent, I'm no clearer, but I like your attitude, so I think we can do this.
Yeah, follow Rasmund as his, I will change their name every time, in
Radizan.
directions. Radizan. They scrolled off the page. I don't know what their name is anymore.
I've given them all too many Zs in their name.
You follow their directions to the Spike, which is the lower part of Absalon Station. It's a massive sprawled area of junkyards and scrap facilities, as well as the where they grow some of the food that is produced on Absalon Station. out of the biomass that goes to waste.
Just when you thought you couldn't get any lower than the old district, now all of a sudden it's quite literally crap.
Oh, yeah, it's not just crap, it's dead bodies as well, because you're in space. Where else are they going to go?
I miss the upper levels of Epsilon Station.
Come on, you're broadening your horizons. And Nikon will like smack Lucian's back cheerfully.
You
I'd like to
arrive
imagine-
at the racetrack and agree to buy a small robot that asks for your identification. I assume you all produce it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, mine's in my ear, isn't it? Yeah. he's got to like lean all the way over, there. Just scan it. Just scan it. There we go. Thank you.
And you are informed about the basic rules of the race. The racers and their pit crews are to build and improve their vehicles from the available scrap around the racetrack. Vehicles built by previous junk racers can return. Racers can fire upon competitors during the race, but firing into the audience is grounds for immediate disqualification. Not arrest, but disqualification. Racers' weapons must be non-lethal and may only affect opponents' vehicles. It's a 3,000 feet race.
3,000 feet. Okay.
We start jogging now.
You can't
it
start
halfway.
before.
Yeah. Dr. Grace like reading down through was like, well, at least you don't have to kill anyone. That's a bonus, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, it's fine.
You go into the pit area and it's easy to find Lebroni. Lebroni is a female human mechanic, easy to find in the crowd due to their paisley clothes and bright white lab coat. They look to be in their late teens and sheepish regarding the fact that they've had to call in for assistance for running their mouth.
White
However,
lab coat?
a bright white lab coat.
Okay.
Outside of a laboratory setting, that's a clear violation of the purpose of those codes. Mutters Dr. Grace himself.
It's fine. My brother used to wear them all the time. Although I will admit that it does feel weird seeing another one.
It just isn't cool.
But yes,
Oh,
you are now part of the pit crew. You can. Oh, they also mention that Lebroni has, in anticipation for your arrival, has fitted their junk racer with remote controls. So while they must be the racer and in the pilot seat, it doesn't mean that they can't have outside assistance. Somebody else can do the racing and somebody else can do the weapons. They're just going to be the person in the seat.
Good job, Laboni. We'll
So
take
we've
it from here.
We've gone beyond
It's
basic
autopilot.
cheating to advanced cheating.
Can
and
I?
now allow me to.
I mean, this
escalate
isn't
to
cheating.
advanced
This is well within the rules. Just, I had to find these. It took me a while to find this stuff.
Sure. Let me just double check over your work so far, huh? And can I make a computers check to like see how make sure everything is?
Yeah, make me a computers or mechanic. Mechanics.
So yeah, I'm gonna do computers because it's much better than my engineering. I hook up my like comm unit with the hacking stuff to various parts of it, and that's a 28. That's a natural 20.
Ooh,
Nice.
Um,
So yeah, Lebroni's junk racer currently has a speed of 40 feet, which as a full round is 400 feet. It has an EAC of 10, a KAC of 12. It has one weapon, which is an energy weapon. with a -3 attack modifier. The Junk Racer has a +2 to the piloting, and its special ability is the remote control, allowing other people to do the piloting and attack rolls from the sidelines.
I think that's what, as I'm in here fiddling around, because I was specifically looking at the remote control, I will use this roll to improve the piloting modifier by 1. And be like, well, this programming here, the remote control coding here could be cleaned up. You've got all this excess lines. We'll clear them out. That'll speed things up.
Yep. Just for the viewers at home, I've pre-warned the players this evening as to certain actions that they can take because of the complexity of all of this. They can choose to improve the junk cycle, which is what Nikon has just done. They can investigate one of the other teams, they can attempt to sabotage one of the other teams, and they can go around and socialize. Improving the Junk Racer has a number of modifiers associated with it that they can improve one step at a time. They all, for the most part, will have 8 actions each to pre-race, as it were. So that's Nikon. What's Dog to Prey doing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what does this racer look like, and how does it stack up in terms of look compared to the other ones? Like, is it a hover vehicle or wheels or?
Everybody seems to have a wheeled vehicle. It does not look very well developed. A lot of the other people here seem to be returners who have established rides. Basically, if you're starting out here, you get a basic junk cycle and you have at it. Other people have got rides that, it looks like they've just put everything into the engines, and it's got the same basic frame, but just a couple of engines stuck onto the side of it, all jury-rigged together. Other people seem to be, without saying, oh, I want to go investigate X, Y, and Z's racer, then I'm not going to give you too much, but you're behind that curve.
Okay, so it's clear that we've brought a knife to a gunfight.
Yes, because that's all you were allowed to bring.
Yeah. Can I see if I can do a perception now? I can spot Rat Rod.
It's not too difficult to see Rat Rod. They're the reigning champion, almost host, as it were, of this junk race, and you can find them with relative ease if you wish.
Yeah, Callum's gonna go find Rat Rod. Try and get to the bottom of this challenge that Lebroni's laid down to them. And find out just how pissed off this person is at us. Do they only want to beat us, or do they want to beat and destroy us?
I want to see you run into the ground. Well, not you personally, Lebroni.
So, sorry, are you Rat Rod?
Yes. Can't you tell?
What's Rat Rod look like? Because I'm imagining a 1930s gangster.
They look like a Yosoki who looks like a 1930s gangster, apparently.
Oh god, that's
pinstriped fedora.
Yeah. Oh no, they're old-timey. Yes, I suppose it'd be death me to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Prey. I'm assisting with one of the other teams. I just thought it'd be nice to meet you and find out exactly who it is, the caliber of the people we're up against. And it's going to hold out a hand, or down a hand, to shake. Or?
They shake your hand.
Very good. So you've been at this long?
I've been at this most of my life. I'm the reigning champion here.
And these races, are they often... do people get hurt often in these, or are they...
Oh, no. We're not violent or anything. Well, we shoot at each other, but it's all within competition rules.
Dr. Praise is like, when he's like, oh, we don't, like, nobody gets harmed, he's like, oh, good. And he's like, we just shoot at each other. I was like, oh.
I mean, the most risk you've got is if you just pitch it forward and just ram straight into the ground. That'll send you flying. That's always a great one for the crowds.
Now he's got a notebook out and he's just writing down, "Don't drive into ground." He's underlined that twice, and he's like, "Oh, so, I mean, if you have any other racing tips for someone that's new to this apparent sport, then I'd be more than grateful to learn from you."
Yeah, don't run your mouth off against a reigning champion.
I fear you may have be referring there to our pilot. Yes, I understand they did create some sort of fuss earlier with some sort of announcement. However, I do hope that there's no sourness between us throughout this race.
I mean, I want to see them humiliated.
Oh.
If that means running them into the ground, that's running them into the ground.
I see. Well, it's very nice to meet you, and I suppose I will see you out there on the field. He's gonna quickly try and slink away.
Do you want to give me a sense motive or an engineering check? Sense motive gives you a chance to read. Rod or a engineering check will allow you to cast a knowing eye over their vehicle.
I'll go for sense motive. I'm assuming their vehicle's probably going to be pretty good since he said that he's been returning several times now. So I'll go with a sense motive. Plus I have plus 5 sense motive and I have plus bugger all to engineering. So plus 5, and that is 9. Good grief. Total 9.
You get the sense that they're doing this out of pride. You know, some young hotshot has come along and started running off their mouth, and it's like, I'm a champion. You can't say that to me. You don't feel like they're going to be persuaded to take any other course of action.
Okay, so there's ego involved in this, basically.
Yeah. Lebroni's called them out, and they're facing up to the challenge. And given the skill disparity between the two, that's all like, I'm just going to run you into the ground.
Okay, yeah, Dr. Gray's going to go find, he's going to find Lucien and Nikon. She's like, well, I've had a chat with some of the other racers we're up against, have some good news and some bad news.
Good news first.
Well, the good news seems to be that people don't really seem to get hurt in this very often, so that's good.
Okay.
The bad news is that the person that Brony seems to have pissed off has made it clear that he intends to, checks his notes, run us into the ground. So we're going to have to cheat.
See, the rules stated that we had to use non-lethal weapons only. But that doesn't mean we can't hurt someone. I mean, non-lethal weapons can still hurt people, just in a different way.
I don't think that's in the entire spirit of non-lethal. I think non-lethal also applies as non-causing deep pain. I'm not sure.
It's not my fault if they get dazed and can't control the steering wheel and go crashing straight into a wall.
Again, that would be very much your fault from a medical perspective. But
Nikon has got Lebroni following him, taking notes as he's like taking his comm unit and hacking kit and like connecting it to different parts of the junk racer. He's like, we need to fix this, we need to fix this, we need to fix this, this needs to get better. I'm looking at this improved ride list and I'm looking at my +8 computers and I'm like, I don't think we need to cheat after I'm done with this thing.
Dr. Praise has gone away for 5 minutes and comes back and the vehicle's just completely different. It's like painted differently, different parts, different.
At the moment, Nikon has just taken it apart.
Yeah.
They've not put it back together yet.
No, it's not taken apart. Like he's not doing any engineering. He's just looking at like the way that we can use the remote connection and use that to power this machine. And he's turning it more into an electric than a more digital than analog racer.
That's basically modernizing it.
Yeah. Like maybe modernizing it a little bit, or just giving us a finer control over it from where we are, because you can't trust Lebroni. So I've got ideas, and I'm ready to make all 7 of my d20 rolls.
Well, I'm not going to stop you.
But I am.
Yeah.
Lucian, what are you up to?
I think seeing that our good doctor's gone away, I think Lucian's going to stay near the car, and that's probably the worst thing that she could possibly do. And she is going to try and use her perception to see if she can modify the vehicle.
You're not more using your perception to see what you can modify for the vehicle. You're more using your perception to wander the junkyard and scout out a bit. It's like, oh, that would be a suitable replacement for that armor plating, or that looks to be a bigger engine than the one we've got, or something along them lines.
Let's go do scrap hunting then. the thought of going back near dirty things again, it's like this be a recurring theme. It's like, okay, I clearly have to go do something, and maybe being away from all these people might be a good thing. Yeah, so she's gonna go look around and use perception, see if she can find something, anything.
Yeah, make me a perception check.
I mean, that's 22.
That is good enough. What particularly were you looking for?
I think she's looking for something to increase the base speed of the vehicle. So any kind of turbo or a slightly better engine.
Or fresh tires.
Or fresh tires, yeah, you know. That would probably be a good start. Just finds a bunch of tires and just looks at them. Sort of like piles them up on the ground. It's like, yeah, I'm not wheeling these back. These are still dirty. Someone, anyone.
But yes, you do manage to. Yeah. You manage to persuade a couple of onlookers to come over and give you a hand. You seem a little bit out of place, and they're just like, okay, we'll give a hand. This could be entertaining.
Yeah, see, the best kind of labor is labor you don't have to do.
All right, Nikon, what is your... I do hope that somebody else is keeping track of all these improvements, by the way.
Which one did you just add, Lucy?
I add +5 to base speed.
Okay, I'll add that. So I have a list here that I've got.
Yeah,
I've
and you
started.
can do these multiple times, but don't... Yeah.
I'm tracking the... Yeah.
Try not to do these too many times and all in the same spot. It kind of breaks
Say hello
everything.
to the new Formula Racer.
No, we're breaking everything. No, I'm kidding. He's moved over to there's an energy weapon, like probably some sort of lame laser pistol that's attached.
It's more of a solar ion pulse to disrupt the electronics in the vehicles.
Yeah, he's just gonna try and boost the connection, the remote connection to that, so that there's less lag when we click to attack.
Yep.
12. That's a fail.
That is indeed a fail, I'm afraid. You can try again at a later point, but that is another one of your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Prey.
It's like, where'd you find this piece of junk?
He turns to Lebroni. Yes, where did you find this?
I mean, they gave me the basic racer when I entered the race.
And it's fair enough. I mean, it's looking better already now that Nikon's had a bit of a go at it. What are you doing now, Nikon? Like, looks at him. I'm going to see if I can roll, and I'm going to use not engineering, the physical science to see if I can sort out the upgrade to the ion cannon.
I was trying to increase the +1 attack modifier so that so we could easily be able to attack more, but I'm missing something.
You can see him just like trying to get his hands into all the little delicate spots on this cannon and try and fix it. And I'm going to roll.
I don't have a surgeon's fingers.
But you do know a surgeon. So I'm going to try that. Oh my god, it's 9 total.
Natural 1.
Oh yeah, it was a natural 1 as well. Yeah. So yeah, Dr. Gray then makes an attempt and fails even worse somehow.
You take a look at it, and it seems to be okay to you. You can't figure out what's wrong either.
Well, this is why I don't try mechanics. If this was alive, we could have it be much faster in no time, but I'm afraid all this engineering stuff is beyond me a bit.
I think we just need a new weapon.
I mean, if you have something in mind, I'm sure I can take a look and see if I can find it.
Well, we'd have to go and look. Just find something better.
How much time do we have before the race starts?
Enough time to do 6 more actions each.
Okay.
Yep.
So, I mean, we could take a look at what the other teams have got specced out. Maybe.
And on that note, you just see Lucian just walk off. It's like, okay, I'll go do that. I don't need to be here. This is not my forte. Have fun.
Ooh, nice wheels.
Good luck putting them on. I'm not doing that bit.
I got it. You can see his cyber arm is like filled with grease now.
Immediately defers to Nikon. As soon as they see the wheels, they're like, yeah, I'm not touching this.
Yeah. Trying to cause chaos in the other pits crews.
So when you say chaos, are you going for socializing, sabotaging, or just investigation at the moment?
For the moment, she's going to socialize because she has no engineering, so she can't physically sabotage stuff, but she can psych other people out.
I mean, you don't need much engineering to break things, but yes, carry on.
Yeah, she has +0, so... I mean, true, actually. Could you do untrained engineering checks if she's going to break something? So I think she's going to go to...
So you take a look around the pits, and you see a number of other races. You see a Fey Child Gnome Technomancer.
That's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful. Who is blue-haired gnome covered in piercings, tattoos, and augmentations. Then you've got a female Riforian soldier who has a lot of scars on them. Then you've got a male Dayama Lashunta mechanic who is just looking unfairly good in black and gold. That is literally the description of this person's aesthetic. It's all like they look unfairly good in black and gold.
Dangerously competent.
And then you've got a non-binary android envoy with silver hair and skin. Their personal body modifications given a very ambiguous sort of like frame. They've highlighted both masculine and feminine parts of their form, but they're covered with bright and colourful patterns.
Oh, where to start? I think she'll start with velocity. I think the non-binary android envoy. Why not? She'll just walk in and be like, "Hello, I'm very new to this, but nice racer."
Thank you. I customize most of the things myself.
And I think Lucian's gonna like take a moment, like look around, look under it, look over it, and look at all the little wires, and eventually go, "Oh, you're still running one of those XR1E Power-E Bob things. I heard about them. My brother's a mechanic said those things just explode when they're put under pressure. Not as good as the older model. You know."
I mean, I'd not heard such things. Do you think I should go out there and look for one of the older models?
I probably would. I think that's probably a much better idea. Why not?
The thing is, it's more, I want something faster. Explosions don't really bother me too much, but
Well, then how about you upgrade all this then? I mean, if you upgrade the power conduit to something a bit more unstable, but then you narrow it down using those thingamajiggies there, that surely should regulate something. I mean, this isn't professional advice, but...
I mean, you seem to know what you're talking about. If you go out to the junkyard and find me the parts I need, I'm more than willing to listen to some form of suggestion.
No problem. I will go get them for you. And I think she just picks up a wheelbarrow and just goes running out into the junkyard to go find parts.
So make me a perception check.
Ooh, nat 20 for 29.
So you go out there and will find the bullshit that you're after.
Yeah,
You've been paying a lot of attention to your brother's antics and know the good from the bad, apparently. You don't know what it does, but you know that it does it better.
Yes, it's better at doing this. It just so happens if also it does it worse. Yeah, she's going to find a whole bunch of power conduits and just kind of like wheel them back. And like, this should make you go faster, knowing all too well that it's going to do the complete opposite of that, hopefully.
You were hoping for the opposite, or were you hoping to impress Velocity here?
Oh no, complete opposite. This is sabotage smiling. This is, you know, he's going to sabotage himself by believing me.
Okay, in which case I would like you to make a deception check as well.
Let's have a look. Deception.
Bluff.
Such abusive
Bluff.
Bluff.
I was going to say,
Someone so young.
16.
Okay, I'll get to installing these. Hopefully I'll have time to finish it all before the race.
Oh, there's more than enough time, don't worry. But yeah, just to put them there and them there, that should be much, much faster.
Okay, then they get to work on that immediately. I need to note down something about velocity going forward.
Yeah. See, Lucian can be helpful, just working on other people's cars, not her car. You know?
Helpful.
Yes.
Helpful to us, actually, yeah. As well.
Yeah, I'm being helpful. I'm doing my part.
I like to imagine, like, Dr. Prey's just, like, off somewhere, and then all of a sudden his ears prick up, and he's just like, mischief. But he doesn't know where or why. He just knows that Lucian is up to something.
All right, now back round to Nikon.
Nikon's going to try again to improve the attack modifier. And with a 19, he's like, yes, okay, I've got it now. I've figured out the connection between the cannon and the remote control. Perfect.
Dr. Prey?
Dr. Prey's going to take a look over it, and he's going to see if he can boost the piloting any further as well with a life sciences. Life sciences with the physical sciences.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if we had a biological junk racer.
Yeah, he's looking around like this thing just like looks over the dead bodies and junk and is like, oh, can't make much use out of that.
This is a junkyard. This isn't the garden.
Okay, we've gone past the bit where all the dead bodies are.
The gardens is where the dead bodies are.
Yeah, no, he's going to go out to like some scrubland area and just like pick up a whole bunch of like little plants and weeds and stuff like that, and then put them into his what's it called? The thing that medics carry in custom microlab. That's the one. He's gonna like condense down like these plants into a mush, and then condense the mush down into a liquid, and then like take that and just pipette some of it into the fuel tank of our ship. He's like,
ooh.
And for 18, hope that combination of bullshit he just pulled with his microlab makes improves the handling at least of our ship.
That's for piloting, right?
It runs smoothly, runs slightly smoother now, and you've got a bonus to the piloting, so that's a +2 to the piloting, 5 to the speed, and 1 to the attack.
Yep.
Back over to Lucian.
I think Lucian's gonna now, once that Cyrus has taken out all the velocity's taken all the nice parts to the thing, put them back in the wheelbarrow, be like, I'll take them away for you, don't worry. And just gonna wheel them over to ours and be like, here you go, new power conduits. Like, you can have them. See, I told you I could find spare parts. I just have to take them from other cars.
That's actually good work, and I trust that you acquired these in an entirely above board and responsible manner.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't question it.
Like Radazam said,
Immediately questions it.
like Radazam said, it's all about outcomes, not actions.
Exactly.
Yes,
No
but here's a
questions
vest.
asked.
So, Lucian, what are you actually doing though this round?
Yeah, I think it would be perception, I think, to increase the base speed by 5 again.
Yep. You
Even
go
though
out.
the parts are right in front of her.
You bought conduits that somebody else can use for other things. You go
Yeah.
out to the junkyard to see for speedy things.
Or maybe it's about
Yeah.
picking out which power conduit will actually fit to our.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. I mean, that's dirty 20. Well, flat 20.
That'll do it.
So there you go.
Okay, sweet,
I'll go find another racer to acquire parts from.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah, Dr. Gray's going to accompany Lucian this time. Because he knows she's up to things.
Nikon, what are you up to?
Okay, so I feel like I also want to improve. I want to try and upgrade the weapon. So
Okay.
I open up the hatch where the impulse cannon, the pulse cannon is, and I hook up to that, like directly to it, not just the remote control. And I'm like, what the hell? This thing is it's like 20 years old. And try and update the code there, the firmware. Like just connect it to the Wi-Fi and update the patch it.
Yep.
18.
That'll do it. So that weapon, you upgraded the firepower, so it will now impose an
extra -2.
-6 to the piloting.
Perfect. Lebroni, are you watching this? Come on.
Yeah, how's Lebroni reacting to these 3 people that have just turned up, entirely disassembled her vehicle, reassembled it in a completely different way?
They are just trying to keep up with Starlight, making sure that, you're doing the majority of the improvements there, making sure that it's all patched in and isn't going to have any adverse effects. They are fairly skilled at mechanics. It's just they're like one person who's run their mouth and has run out of time to actually do a decent job here. So, okay, Dr. Prey and Lucian, what are you doing this round?
So Prey's following Lucian to see where
okay.
she's off to.
I think this time she heads over to probably, is it Nizin, the Riforium soldier?
Yes.
Yes. And takes a quick look. Essentially, to avoid taking 15 years, tries the same level of bull crap that she just tried. Trying to convince them that, hey, all that heavy armor is going to really slow your thing down. Maybe you need to throw a few layers of it off.
Back off.
It's fine, honestly. And I think she's going to take her glasses and just adjust them. It's like, honestly, it's a good car, but it's heavy.
Yeah.
Very heavy.
And it still moves.
I mean, yes, but it's a race. I mean, I'd understand if this was lethal. I'd fully understand having heavy armor if this was lethal, but it's not. It's non-lethal. So you might as well drop at least 2 of the armor plates and then maybe redirect some of that engine distribution and then hopefully increase the power to gain ratio.
I'm not interested in taking advice off some rookie.
Okay, fine. Do you know what? I tried. I'm so, I may be a rookie, but I have tons of engineering experience. It's fine. Take it what you will. You strike me as the insecure type anyway. And I think Lucian's just going to walk off and be like, oh, well, that was a waste of time.
And pretty much just growl at you before you leave.
I was hoping to steal some of the armor plating. Okay. How about...
You don't want to try and roll like a social thing to influence them?
I suppose she could try. Go on.
It's more of getting a closer look at them. You can see that they're heavily scarred.
Okay.
Make me a culture check.
Can Lucian do? She can do cultures. New culture relatively okay for level 1. 22.
You can see that this scarring came from battle, and a Rhyphorian in battle is usually accompanied by a dragonkin partner. There is no partner here.
Yeah.
The scarring, their mentality.
Oh, it's time for emotional blackmail.
No, it's more. They're a racer with a death wish. They do not care for the social aspect of this. They do not care for the mechanic side of this.
No.
They are just here to race and try to feel something again.
Well, if you want to feel something, you could always, I don't know, adjust some of the steering adjustments so that way it feels much more responsive. So you have to physically physically hold on and use your body to help rotate the car. I mean, it's risky.
Come here.
It's
Come
risky.
here. Come here. I will show you how I ride. And they get now that you're backing off with the whole advice kind of thing. They are going to show you how you can trick the engine to double their speed for 1 round. However, there is a 50% chance that it is going to permanently reduce the vehicle speed by half after that round.
Well,
but that's what your culture check gets you. They're not listening to any advice you're giving.
Fine.
They're telling you this is how you can do a thing.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Well, thank you, and I hope you feel something. ... And I think she's gonna turn around and be like, "That was useless. Great. That was absolutely useless."
How many more actions do we have left?
You got Dr. Prey has got 5. You've all got 4 each. 4.
Okay.
So we do kind of need to consider getting a move on this. We might be boiling it down to less RP and just what are you doing? Do it.
Mechanical.
Dr. Prey.
I was gonna say I really want to lean into sabotage, but he has 0 for stealth, so he's not going to get away with it without a distraction.
And
so he's probably going to go over to Yusen and then look back at. So what are you talking to him about?
I was trying to get them to try and get their armor plating off, but that didn't really work. But I think I know how to overload the engine. I mean, I'm not sure how useful that will be. Idea. Why don't you try a trick that I just tried with that android guy? Go pick another bay and just tell them their car's wrong and offer to go get some better parts for them.
I mean, I'm not really one for that sort of thing, but I'll give it a go. And,
think of it as a learning experience.
He has 0 confidence in his own ability to bluff or bullshit, because he's just so used to always telling people straight exactly what the truth is. So he's gonna just go up to this android and terribly sorry, is this your vehicle?
It is.
I couldn't help but it's very, very shiny. I couldn't help but notice it seems like it's a bit heavy towards the rear. Is that something deliberate you've done?
I mean, if you don't have some weight into it, you don't get enough traction out on the track. I'm sorry, I'm terribly busy at the moment. Somebody else came by and they gave me the inspiration to rewire this entire thing. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to leave me with that.
Of course. Just looks over to Lucen's, just like gestures, like.
I said I used it on them, not go and use it on them. Oh fuck. Fine.
What can I say? I have a bedside manner, not a sabotage manner, or whatever you're calling this.
But yeah, Dr. Prey, you can choose somebody else to go talk to if you wish.
I think he's covered it up. He's probably going to go back to our ship and probably spend a few more points taking the learnings from looking at the other people's ships to see if we can get either, because I think we're pretty much maxed out for speed as far as that goes.
Yeah,
and
plus
the
10.
weaponry's coming a little bit low. So he's going to see if, after looking at that first ship that Lucien was looking at with a massive arm all over it, they're going to see if they can put something into both, like building up the kinetic armor.
Yep.
For it.
Make a roll.
24. 16 plus 8.
That will do. So that's +2 to the KAC.
Yeah, +2 to KSC with that. So yeah, he's just looking over at that other ship, and then looking back to ours, and then just like pulling off some wood paneling from somewhere, and just like cutting it into the shape of the arm of the other one, just like looking over to the other ship. Yes. And then just like.
They know what they're doing. I'm going to copy their answers.
Yeah, pretty much, and just stapling it to the front.
All right, we enter the rapid fire rounds. Nikon, what are you doing?
We're in rapid fire round. I am gonna try and boost piloting again.
Okay.
26 boosted.
That'll do it. 3 to the piloting. Dr. Prey.
Yeah, same again, armor class.
Okay. KREA.
EAC, sorry.
Yep.
10.
That is a failure, I'm afraid to say. Lucian.
Lucian is going to attempt to sabotage Cyrus's car. Now,
okay, so you're attempting a sabotage.
Which is.
Can I
stealth,
have
isn't
a
it?
stealth check?
That is 20. I got 19.
You manage to get close to their car. Somehow you just manage to like talk your way through and just be like, oh, I thought I saw somebody looking around over there, and you managed to get close to their car. Could you make me an engineering check?
I'm not skilled in this. That'd be hilarious.
I mean, you were barely skilled in stealth, but you made it this far.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I got look at it. That is a 16.
Okay, so you have a choice between either putting a -4 penalty on one of the vehicle's modifiers, so either a -4 to piloting or a -4 to their attacks, or you can drop their speed by 10 feet.
Let's drop the speed by 10 feet.
Okay, so Osiris is also down by 10 feet.
See, it's not about making us better, it's making the competition worse.
We're just bringing them down to our level.
Exactly.
All right, so Nikon, what are you doing?
Nikon's gonna take a break, grab some coffee, and go watch Rat Rod work. I'm gonna roll an engineering check against him and see if I can't figure out what he's doing on his his machine. 18.
Okay. 18. Okay. You can tell that Rat Rod's ride is pretty basic for what you think. I think it's still got a little bit of speed over yours. But it's not really gone all out for anything else. It's not bristling with weapons. It doesn't seem to have too much of the way in improvements. You get the feeling that it's a little bit of speed, and then it's all Rat Rod's actual skill.
Damn. Okay.
Okay, and Dr. Prey?
I'm going to go for one last bit of socializing. Dr. Prey's going to find the heaviest, most like leaden piece of armor that isn't attached to a vehicle, drag it over to the android again. He's like, terribly sorry again.
The android is busy doing their thing.
Yeah.
Something has already
They're
happened to the android. You can choose somebody else, but I'm afraid that they're too busy.
Who haven't we fucked over yet?
There's another
let's go for the
Riforian
play.
woman?
No, there's a Lashunta and a gnome.
Yeah, okay, they're going to take it over to the Lashunta, and essentially they're going to try and convince them that they've just taken this off their ship because it's surplus, and ask them if they want it, with the aim of
Make
just
me
making their ship really
a saving throw.
heavy. Ooh.
Will saving throw.
Will. Sorry, who's in the wrong tab? I was wondering why my dice was falling. Okay. 21.
Nice.
Okay. Sorry. You were thinking?
So they're basically going to find the biggest, heaviest piece of armor that isn't attached to anything, drag it over there, and say, "Look, we're doing some work on our ship. This is surplus to our requirements. Would you like it?" The aim being to make their ship much heavier and slower.
They're not too much interested at modifying their ride at the moment.
Worth a shot.
You can, if you wish, try to befriend them. That might get you something.
Yeah, they're going to try and befriend them first. They're going to open with their full spiel, like, "Hello, I'm a new racer." And your ship is
Give
terribly
me
shiny.
a diplomacy check.
Ooh, I've got +1 to that, but let's see how it goes. Oh, it's a nat 20,
Yeah.
Nice.
+1, which is 21.
Okay, so they basically mention it's difficult starting out, and I can see that sort of like your racer is not up to skill. So the chances are, if you're going by the rules, you're remote controlling this thing. And here's one of the things about the remote controls you can find around here. And they'll grant you a +2 insight bonus to your piloting checks. Unless none of you have piloting. Does anybody actually have piloting?
I have piloting.
Okay, in which
+1
case
in piloting.
it is just a +2 bonus. If nobody has ranks in piloting, you get a +5 bonus.
Okay. So it's the same. So +7 now for me.
Yep.
Oh, thank you very much. And then he wands off again.
All right, and Lucian.
I think Lucian's going to decide that maybe screwing up with cars is going to eventually kill her. So she's going to run into the junkyard and try and find some software to increase the piloting modifier.
Okie dokie.
So that's perception. 22.
22. Yeah, you managed to get some upgrades for the piloting.
Upgrade chips. It's like,
Yep.
Here you go, put these in.
All right, can anybody remember whether that was 5 or 6? I think it was 6.
I think it was 6.
I'll say 6.
Yeah.
Okay,
Six.
so 2 more quick fire rounds.
Is there
Probably going to do the race after the break.
is our armor improved at all?
You got 2 to the KAC, nothing to the EAC.
I'm going to try and engineer some EAC update.
Okie dokie.
14, not enough.
Yeah, unfortunately no. Dr. Prey?
Yeah, he having failed to attach this armor to someone else's vehicle, he comes back and sees Nikon trying to upgrade the KSC, so he's going to try and just trim down this armor so it doesn't wear shit on, and then stick that on the vehicle instead.
Yep.
And that will be for physical science, which is +8, which is 20. 2
Yeah.
nat 20s in a row. That
Nice.
never happens.
Nice. So yeah, sorry, was that
I'm just binning all my physical dice now because this is better.
you've already done the KAC up by 2. You can do that one again. You've not done the EAC. Which one was
Yeah.
that to?
Sorry, it was EAC I wanted to do because that's
Yep.
one I failed last time. Yeah.
All right, so you got +2 to both now. And Lucian.
What's our attack modifier at the moment? Does anyone know? for the ship?
It is a -3 plus whatever anybody's ranged attack modifier who will be firing the
Okay.
weapons.
We've
that
added
case,
we've added 1 to the attack
Oh,
modifier.
so yeah, it says plus and -2.
Okay, I think Lucian's gonna go and find some upgrades for the attack modifier as well.
Yeah.
18 plus 9, 27.
That'll do it. So that's +2 to the attack modifier. All right, and I think this is the final set. So Nikon.
I don't want the attack to be a negative modifier. Like, no. So I'm gonna try and improve the computing again there. 24, good.
That'll do it. So you've got a effective 0 on the attack modifier. Dr. Prey.
Yeah, they take one last look over it, and then they're going to rummage into their pocket and pull out that little smoke grenade they've been carrying around again. And they're just going to attach that to the back on a little electronic release, just in case they need to completely obliterate the view of anyone behind them. And I'm going to try and play that off as a defensive upgrade.
Okay.
Come on, nat 20. Daddy needs a new parachute. Oh, it's 24, non-natural.
That'll do it though. So that'll bonus to the KAC, I guess.
Yeah, they'll put it into KAC.
Yep. All right, and Lucian.
Is there anything anyone particularly wants boosting one final time? Otherwise, I'm just going base speed again. Because base speed is never a bad shout.
Base speed will, if you can add 5 more, that'll catch us up to Rat Rod, who I think has a 55. Because I was looking through the handouts.
Yeah.
But I also scoped out his machine.
Yeah, and
You shouldn't have been able to see Rat Rod's ride.
Oh,
Dr.
I'm so
Brain.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I
I
thought we were supposed
Brain
to
also
because,
saw it.
but I have the GM access.
Yeah, you've got the high level access there.
My
Rat
bad.
Rod's is the only one that I do.
But I
yeah.
did roll that
I-
engineering check to investigate his thing.
Yes.
So
Yes, you did, and you knew that it was faster than most.
what
In
we've
that
done
case,
is
I think, Lucian's going to do the +5 then.
Yep.
To have a look.
we've expanded the in-game cheating to meta cheating.
Hey, that's why almost all my characters tend to have strong wisdoms, so that I can like meta game like crazy.
That's a 16.
That'll do it. Just
Look at all these upgrade chips I found. I keep finding them, just keep slotting them in. It's amazing. No computing required, just...
so yeah, you've ended up with a +2 to the piloting, +15 to the speed per round. So you're now doing a full round movement of 550. You've got a +3 to the attack, which gives it a net 0. You've upgraded the iron cannon so that it's -6 to the opponent that you choose. You've got +4 to your KAC, +2 to your EAC. You have allied with no other races.
Oh shit! I have +3 to piloting. I have 3 marks for piloting written down. Or did I?
more than-
Am I?
You managed to convince one of them to tell you how to do get another 2 out of the piloting. Oh wait.
Yeah, and we know how to either make our
Yeah, so
cargo-
there's a +1 on. You improved it by +1, but
I have that
Osiris.
we improved piloting 3 times.
do you have him? Okay, you've been keeping better track than I have. I got a bunch of scribbles. So yeah, you've got +3 to that. You got +2 insight from Osiris. You've got the maneuver that you can pull with the engine that will double your speed for 1 round, but there's a chance that it's going to knacker up your engine permanently. And you've managed to sabotage 2 of the other races, giving them a -10 to their speeds.
Nice. Now let's go win.
Yeah,
Somehow.
just looking over this finished race, and it's like, well, all things considered, it could be worse.
I think, yeah.
What do you want to call it?
The machine.
The machine.
Oh, I was asking if we want. Let's call it the
Yeah,
machine.
Machine.
the machine. I mean, we could probably call it, I don't know, Star Racer? Okay, better idea. And you see she just like gets some paint out from the side and just like draws little eyes on the front with a smiley face and then just writes Betty in.
Well, I guess it's named now.
Betty the Speed Racer.
Yep.
Bless her, we'll sailing now.
So yes, now we're going to move on to the. We're going to go for a break. I'm going to go over the rules for the race, and then we're going to go break, and then come back and do the race. The race is split into 2 phases. The first phase is everybody shoots at everybody else. That will determine who is going to be taking negative modifiers. You can be shot more than once, but in general, try to not shoot too many people all at the same time. I'm going to be getting some of the players to handle the NPCs for me because it would just be me rolling a lot of dice on my own, and I don't really fancy doing that. So yeah, when you have the NPCs, please think about trying to win the race as that NPC, not just like, how do we get Lebroni to win this race?
I will try as hard as possible with these metal dice that I've decided to start using.
The ones that you don't like because the digital dice were working better for you? Anyway.
I said no such thing.
After you've all taken all shots at each other and the penalties are worked out in your piloting checks, we go on to phase 2, where you need to hit a DC 16 piloting check. If you hit it, then you will get to move your full speed along the track. If you miss it by even 1, you only get to move half your speed along the track. If you miss it by 10 or more, it causes you to spin out and crash into one of the junk piles, and you make no progress that round.
Ooh, big stakes.
Okay.
So yeah, you need to get at least a 6, which, luckily for Lebroni, unless you get shot up a lot, is not likely to happen. There are 6 races in this race. I actually have a little bit of a tracker sorted out in Roll20. I am going to be racing Rat Rod. You're all collectively going to be racing Lebroni. Does everybody want to pick another driver? Yep. So we've got Velocity, which is being handled by RJ. We've got Lemgem, that is being handled by Hedgehog, and we've got Nizin, which is being handled by Krifu. And collectively, they are going to be doing Lebroni. So we'll start off with Lebroni. Who is Lebroni going to shoot from the get-go?
Bing! Leboni is going to shoot Rat Rod, of course.
All right. With the person with the highest ranged attack bonus, take a shot at Lebroni.
I have a +2.
Yeah.
I get a +1.
Yeah, it's going to be Nikon.
Fuck y'all.
Okay.
Well, the soldier after all, so make that attack roll.
Natural 20.
Okay. Unfortunately, these do not have an effect, but that will be a -6, I believe, to Rat Rod for this round.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Osiris, who are you shooting? Or is Osiris me?
Sorry, this is you.
Osiris is me. They are going to shoot Nizin. Cyrus is going to shoot for a 19. What's the KAC on Nizin?
12.
12. That will hit. So you will also get a -4.
Okay.
Rat Rod, which is also me, is going to take a shot at Lebroni. So Lebroni's EAC
Is now 12.
Okay, this is a dirty 20, so Lebroni is going to take a -4 to the piloting. Nizen, what is Nizen going to shoot?
Nizen is gonna shoot at Lemgem, who finds the gnome annoying.
All right, make your attack roll.
-3.
And plus our... So Nizen has a ranged attack bonus of 8. Minus a 3, so that will be... That's
14,
still a miss,
14.
I believe.
KC is 14. So that'll hit. Just.
Okay.
Yep. So you'll take a -6.
Okay. Noted.
Yep. Lemgem.
Lemdo's going to fire straight back at Nizen. Doesn't appreciate getting shot at.
Okay.
Ranged -3. Okay, it's +1. That's 14.
Nice. AC 12. That hits.
That's -4.
So that's a total of -8 for Nizen.
All right.
And finally, Velocity.
So getting into their mindset, I figure their vehicle's quite slow, so they're probably going to go for Rat Rod because vehicle's very fast. So they're probably going to go for a ranged attack on Rat Rod. For 21 against...
That'll hit. So what's its negative to the piloting?
Minus... 10-foot penalty to speed.
No, next to the weapon it should say energy weapon brackets -4 or 6 to piloting.
Oh, -3, sorry.
Against the weapon?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
So Velocity doesn't have any weapons.
Huh. So, this is just like pulled out a can of something and lobbed it like across the pitch into one of their engines.
I'll allow it for this round, but yeah, they don't. Oh wait, no.
Yeah,
So they right. Yeah, their special is that they have a basic kinetic weapon installed. So that will be a -4 to whoever you shot.
Cool,
Who did you shoot?
Yeah.
You shot Rat Rod, right?
Yeah.
So that is a -8. Yeah, it's not pretty, folks at home, because all of the races and all of their rides were separate, and me as a GM had to kind of put these two things together because you can do them in semi-random orders, and yeah, okay, confusing. Right. So, has everybody got their negative modifiers?
Yes.
Okay. So back at the top, Lebroni. Roll your piloting.
Lebroni had a -4 from being
From
hit,
getting shot from being hit.
but is getting a +7 from me. No. I'm giving a +7 plus the 5 that we gave the... So that's actually really high. That's like a +17. Is that right? No, I can't use my own piloting. I use their piloting.
No, you use your own piloting plus the piloting of the vehicle.
Which is now at a plus, which is also a plus, which is +3, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got a 7 and a 3. So that's 10.
So that's a 20.
Okay. Minus a 4 for being shot, that's a 16.
No. That's 20 with the -4. I built it into the roll.
Fair enough. And that is a success.
Perfect.
So you get to move 550 feet forward. I know that I've only put in 500 breakers, but
It's fine.
try to keep everything in mind all at once. Osiris. Oh, that's me. They did not get shot. They have got a grand total of a +8 to this roll. 19, they make it. They go there 500 feet. Ratrod is got a -8 to this, which is offset their piloting skill, so it's just that of the vehicle, which is a 2. They fail by more than 5, and because of the multiple shots just pound into them right from the start line, they pitch down. They have to put it in reverse to dig it out of there, and next round they'll get to go. Nizen
has a -8, but a 6 from herself in the vehicle, which is a -1 total on a natural 1.
So they also, after getting shot multiple times, pitch down, don't go anywhere. They probably ram into the side of Ratrod, and they're just tangled mess at the moment, cursing at each other. Lemgem.
So Lemgem's got +6 and has a -6, so it's a flat roll. That's a 7.
That is half speed.
Okay, so that is
So in between.
250.
Yep.
They're at now.
And finally, velocity.
If I'm reading this, velocity is +10 to piloting, and their race has a +4 to piloting. So...
Yep, they're built for the speed.
so it's 10, 20, 24.
And did they get shot? But I mean, with 24,
nobody...
they manage it.
Yeah, nobody picked on velocity. So, yeah, they just go caning out at full 550 speed.
Yeah, although I think they're... So they get... So this is the other thing that you did. Osiris is back by 10 feet. So they're actually at 490. I know.
Yeah, I'm writing down the exact numbers. Because there's lots of 50s involved.
Yeah, Osiris has a -10 to their speed, so it should have been 400 feet. They move forward. Velocity is 450.
Velocity's at 450, which means like down
Lebroni
here.
is in the Lebroni is winning.
Nizen and Ratrod are at the back, and then Lemgem is more like there.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
Lemgems did 250, so they're exactly halfway between.
Rightio. Top of the second round. Lebroni, who are you shooting?
Orsis.
Okay, go for it.
Oh wow, it's just my +2, natural 1. No.
That is a miss. Orsis is going to return fire. Roll the die, add up all the math. That is going to be a 13 to hit on the KAC of Lebroni.
Does not hit with a 14.
It just ricochets
16.
off the armor that you've managed to pile on there. Most of it's still strapped down. You're unaffected. Ratrod is going to shoot. I'm gonna say that they shoot Lebroni to try to, they're gunning for them. But that's a 6 plus 8 minus 3. That's an 11 to hit EAC on Lebroni.
11 does not hit. We have a 12 EAC.
That just dissipates before it even really strikes at you. It does nothing. Okay, Nizen, who are you shooting?
Nizen is shooting at Ratrod. Fuck that guy. For a 12. Nizen has 2 weapons.
Nizen, that's a 12 to EAC or KAC?
That was with the energy weapon.
That is a hit.
Can I roll both weapons?
If you take, I think you've got a penalty if you try to roll both. I think it would be...
All racers can take a shot. Each weapon can be used once and only once. Maybe it's like the full attack -4.
All racers may fire their weapons by rolling the ranged attack with the bonus. Each weapon may be fired only once per round. A successful weapon imposes negative for piloting, but lasts the rest of the turn. Other races attack whoever is most threatening to their lead, but Ratrod always aims for Lebroni unless she is 3 or more spots behind. Sorry, what were you saying?
I have a second weapon.
Dude, shoot it. Go on.
Okay, the second weapon's going at Lemgem. 23, that hits.
Yep.
The kinetic weapon does a -6.
Okay.
Nasty. Lemgem, you're up.
Lemgem's going to fire at Velocity because Velocity's ahead.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
So that is, they get a range, it's +1. I mean, it's a 9, ain't going to hit anyway.
All right, moving on to the racing part of this.
Velocity. Doesn't have any.
Velocity has no guns.
Sorry.
Oh, no, Velocity does have a gun. Velocity, who are you
They have a
shooting?
basic kinetic weapon, and they see that bolt going overhead from Lemgem, and they immediately pull the handbrake, spin their vehicle around, put it in reverse, aim at Lemgem, you bastard, and that's for 1d20 +7. Oh, that's 17
Oh, that'll hit.
against KAC.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So that's a -4 to Lemgem's.
That's a -10 altogether.
Oof. All right, so Lebroni, make your piloting check.
So 5 from the machine and 7 from me is
And you've
a
not been shot this round.
total of 15.
That is a success.
Okay.
So you move 500 feet forward, pointing you at.
Is it 550?
Yeah, it's
It's
550, so 1,100 in total now.
1,100. Got it.
Yep. All right, and Osiris, which is me, rolls this. They've not been shot this round. 13 plus 8, they succeed. They go a full 500, so they're just at 1,000. Rat Rod has been shot, but it doesn't matter. They rolled a natural 1. It is not Rat Rod's race. They are just stalled on the start-finish straight. Nizen, you are up for your piloting check.
So I don't think she took any damage either.
I don't
So
think so. I don't recall. Just roll it.
she's rocking a +6 for 22. That's 500
That'll do
feet
it.
for her.
They managed to get off the starting line at least. Lemgem, you are up.
-10, but I get +6. It's -4. That's 20 down to 16. So that'll do it.
Yep.
Also, I didn't. Yeah, she has a special ability to roll at the start of her turn. Roll a d4. That's a 3, so she gains +10 bonus speed this round. So she moves 600. This
Okay.
round. Apparently, it's erratic driving. 3 or a 4, you get an extra 10 foot. So that's 600. So that's 850 for Lemgem.
Dang. Okay, Lemgem.
Nice. And Velocity.
Yeah, Velocity swings back around facing the right way, and they're going all into piloting.
I mean, we'll ignore the fact you get shot twice.
That's a total of 8 for that one.
That is not going to help. You managed to go half your speed forward.
Yeah, so what's that? 225. She was. Sorry, they were busy showboating, like spinning their vehicle around to fire back at Lemgem, and that's cost them.
All right. Another round of attacks. Lebroni, you're up.
Laboni is attacking Orsis. Yeah, +2, 11 with the EAC.
That will hit. Orsis gets a -6. Okay. Are you firing off the KAC gun?
That's on Nizen's Space Racer, Junk Racer.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, I'm very tired and confused because everything's moving rapidly.
That's the way
Osiris,
we like
It's a
it.
race.
Osiris is shooting at Laboni. That is going to be a 13 to hit KAC.
Nope.
Another shot just ricochets off Lebroni. Rat Rod is going to try to shoot Lebroni. That's a 7. Oh my word, that is not going to help.
Fuck you,
No.
Rat Rod.
15 minus 3, 12 to hit.
Nope.
EAC.
No, EAC is a 12.
Let me just double check my math. Yep, that is -4 to your piloting.
So Laboni.
For Laboni, yes.
Okay, got it.
Nizen, who are you shooting?
Nysen is shooting at Lemgem. And she gets to shoot twice. So one's going at Lemgem, the energy weapon. 13.
Oh, that'll hit.
-4 to piloting. And the kinetic weapon's going to velocity. 20. -6. The velocity's piloting.
Okay. And over to Lemgem, who are you shooting at?
Lemgem's going to shoot at Osiris. Try and close that in. So it's +1. 13 against the KAC.
That is a miss, I'm afraid.
Oh well, you tried.
And Velocity.
Velocity's still gunning for Lemgem, especially now that Lemgem's in front of them now. So.
I feel attacked on a personal level.
You're going to be attacked on a physical level if this hits. Oh, that's 14 total.
KAC or EC?
KAC, sorry.
KAC is 14, so yeah. Just on the
hit on a physical level.
Yeah.
So that's a
How much is
-4.
that? No, the -4. That's -8 altogether. Okay.
Oof. All right, Lebroni, make your race roll.
Laboni has a -4.
Yes.
That's only an 11.
You move half speed forward.
So 500, like
So 550 will be
here.
Um,
Maybe there.
You're 1,000. Wait, half of 500, 250 plus our. You're at 1,450 feet.
Ah, okay. There.
You're nearly at the 1,500 feet.
Perfect.
All right, Osiris is going to roll. They roll a 15. They manage to go their full speed and get to the 1,500 mark. Rat Rod is going to. They actually managed to get off the mark.
Wow, there we go.
They go to a 550 feet. Nizen, your roll.
Oh, Nizen. Wasn't hit. So she's rolling with her full +6 for an 11. So that's half again. Half of 500, 250.
Yep. Lemgem, do you want to roll?
So, yep, I'll do my roll. So it's -8, but I get plus. So it's -8, but I get +6, so it's -2. That's 18 minus 2, so 16 on the dot.
That'll get you your full speed forward.
Let me see if I do my D4, see if she gets the speed boost. That's a 4, so that's another 600. That takes her to 1,450.
1,450.
In line with the Brony.
And then velocity.
Yeah, I was 15 total pilots in there.
I forget. Is that a success? It is a success, isn't it?
I think
15.
it's 16.
Yes, DC 16.
Is it DC 16? Okay, so that is a failure. So you move half distance
Pass me
forward.
again, which they're rattled.
Just want to say, Lemgem can clearly stay cool under pressure. That erratic driving.
All right. So Lebroni, who are you shooting?
Orsis.
Sounds like a plan.
9.
And that's a miss. Orsis returning fire on Lebroni. Why did you do that? Roll 20. Why? There we go. That's a 5 plus math 11. 8 to hit KAC. That's a miss. Rat Rod is going to shoot at Lebroni. That is a hit. So take a -4 Lebroni to your piloting. Nizen, who are you shooting?
First one's going at Rat Rod, 17 versus EAC.
That'll hit.
Second one's going at Velocity, 19 versus KAC. for a -6 to the piloting.
What was the KC, so?
19?
19.
Yeah, that hits. Yeah. Oh man. Velocity started so promising.
Lemgem, who are you shooting?
Lemgem's gonna go for Oris. So it is +1. That's 15 to KAC.
That'll hit.
That's -4.
Yep. And velocity.
They're going up to Nizen this time. They're gonna, like, holding down the power button to open the sunroof, pointing their gun out the roof, and just like blah blah blah.
The sunroof of the speed cycle.
It's the first turn where Lemgem's not been attacked.
23 for KSC.
For a minus?
-3.
Okay.
-4. Sorry, all weapons are either 4 or 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody roll for their moving forward. Lebroni, move forward.
20.
That'll do it. That'll another 550 on top of that. You're at 2,000 feet.
Nice.
Off the top of my
we're
head.
in range. We're in range.
Osiris is going to roll a thing. They just pitch down, screw it up. Rat Rod is going to roll a thing. They got a 16. They managed to move forward.
Hey, there we go.
They're 1,100 feet. Nizen.
13.
That is a failure, so they move half. Lemgem.
Give me a second. That is a 16 on the dot. And they pass this thing again. So they do another 600. That is 20,050 feet. All in all.
Oh, wait, that was the wrong one.
I think she's just pulled ahead of the Boney.
Yep, and velocity.
Velocity got 14. Unfortunately, so at half speed still.
Okay. And because of this is taking far too long, afraid to say, as much as this has been frantic and fast-paced, and I've enjoyed it, on this turn, Lebroni tweaks the engine to give them that boost of speed, and manages just to leave everybody else in the dust. Most of the people had already fallen by the wayside. Anyway, it was only really Lemgem who could keep pace, but not with that boost of speed.
No.
And Lebroni has won the race.
Yeah, just Lucian, just there on like the keypad to activate the engine boost, has popped up saying press any key to continue, and just like, which one's any key? It's just like this goes, oh, it's that one. Just presses it and speed boost.
Which one's any key?
After the race, Lebroni is excited, but is actually sort of like realized how much effort Rat Rod has put in to be a champion, and takes the opportunity to apologize to Rat Rod for what they said, because while they did manage to win, it was only with the aid of the Starfinder Society. The Yosoki's pride is still hurt, but through channels, the Salvage Union, who Rat Rod represents here at the races, offers Lebroni a job and some payment for some additional payment for winning the race. However, they pass this on to you guys. They present you with a set of graphite carbon skin armor. I'm sorry I didn't get the paperwork sorted out for that. I forgot that it was there. And the race prize pool of 400 credits. This was not a very profitable race.
No, I mean,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've done more than 400 credits worth of damage to everyone's vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just part of the race.
I think, you've got Lebroni here being really, really like graceful, and Lucian just like, fuck yeah, we won in your face. completely ungraceful in winning.
Graphite is light armor if someone wants it.
It's pretty good. It's a +4 to your +3 to your EAC, +4 to your KAC, gets +4 Dex bonus, and has 1 upgrade slot.
But to Prey does have a light armor proficiency if Lucien doesn't want it. Because
You can have it. You can have
what
it.
does it look like? Is it fancy? Can you wear it?
It's graphite.
It's
so
graphite carbon skin. It's a stiff fabric.
Let's imagine Dr. Prey comes down from the stands. He's got a box of popcorn. He hasn't eaten any of it because he doesn't have a mouth. Just sees the winning loot box and is just like, oh, there's money. Oh, what is that? And just pulls out this graphite arm. Like, oh.
Yeah. Lucian's more concerned with the money. She just sees the money and goes, ooh, money.
He just like pushes the box of the money aside to Lucien. It's just like, oh, this is very fabulous. Though. It's so soft and yet protective. Yes, it's very, very nice. It's profitable after all. Just wanders away muttering.
With the race over, Radzazan is satisfied that you have held up your end of the bargain and have managed to maintain the reputation of the Acquisitives and the Starfinder Society. Vaguely thanks you for your efforts before dismissing you. This leaves you free to go on to the last of the factions, the Data Files, led by Historia 7. A female android mechanic. The Data Files, I think I mentioned last week, are all about the reclamation of lost knowledge, gathering knowledge, and storing it for future prosperity. The Law Spire Complex home and heart of the Starfinder Society is a striking campus dedicated to knowledge. Communal labs and historical departments study the archive's massive collection of artifacts and texts gathered by generations of the agents from across the galaxy. A quick search of the directive indicates Historia 7 Frequency Archives Cortex, a computerized matrix containing digital records of all the Starfinder Society's most prominent discoveries. The android reclines on a chair and is plugged into the local infosphere when the doors open. The neural cables detach themselves from her neck as she swivels in her seat to address the new arrivals. Greetings, Starfinders, she says calmly. I am Historia 7. If you are seeking me for a mission, please be aware that my request requires both discretion and speed. Do not accept it if you feel incapable of working within these parameters.
I suppose we just helped win a race, so we have speed, and just looks over at Lucien and Nogan's like, maybe
I can do discretion.
Might need working on. You can do discretion.
I mean, I blew someone's engine up.
Speaking of discretion, Historia, sorry, but we have a gift for you. He looks at Lucien.
Not my copy. It's the doctor's copy.
It's not my copy. I bought it for myself with my own money. He paid for yours out of his money. You give him your copy.
And
one of you has a copy.
We both have a copy.
Yeah, we both bought a copy, and now we're arguing over who has to give their
But
copy.
who has the extra?
No, we did buy an extra copy, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
We bought 3 copies.
Yes, we did buy an extra.
Well, here you go. Conveniently, here's one I kept earlier.
Okay.
You can take my emergency copy of
yeah.
band name. I will never remember that band name.
It's very good. I've been spending all day listening to it. Very good while racing.
Yes, I have to admit, whilst I'm not one for music, I do find their beats quite nice.
Historia 7 takes the physical album, looks it over, and pretty much shrugs and then inserts it into the cortex for archive and for archive.
Sorry, but Ziggy asked us to do this. Is this not? Nikon's confused.
They probably aim just making sure that it is recorded for prosperity.
Okay. I guess that's what being identified is all about.
I mean,
Everybody do a sense motive.
Please.
I think Lucian's going to use her glasses for this as well, so don't fail.
I got an 8 with a flat 0. He's still
24.
confused.
Dr. Prey got 17 total.
So Dr. Prey and Lucian, you kind of figure out what's going on here. Nikon, you're confused about this whole thing. They wanted to get this as a gift for Historia. Historia's received it as clinically and as android-like as possible. They have failed completely to understand the significance of this gift or why it's even being presented as a gift. They've just been like, this is data, I'll archive it, I suppose.
Gotta make a point to tell Ziggy that it's not gonna go anywhere.
Do you want to tell her, or shall I? I don't really fancy having the "what is love" conversation.
Let's just.
I think just leave.
Back to the mission at hand.
Yes, please.
I have discovered someone recently hacked into the Blue Rise Tower computer systems and stole a large amount of sensitive data from the resident corporations. I wish to be privy to this information. I have managed to trace the hacker's location through many proxies and erase a trail so that the station and corporate security should be delayed in their pursuit. This deception will not fool them for long, so you must move quickly to retrieve the data before any can recover it. I will leave you to decide what to do with the hacker afterwards. Should it be feasible, I believe this person could be an asset to the society.
So you want them turned and the data brought back?
If possible.
I mean, do you have any leads as to who it was?
I know exactly who it was.
Oh, okay. Well, it should be easy then. Go on.
It is a individual named Siren who lives within the apartments down in Drifter's End.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Yeah, we will turn them. I will guarantee that. I can't guarantee the methods that we'll use will be likable, but we will do it. Don't you worry.
Just glares over at Lucien again. It's like, for the last time, we're not doing war crimes and we're not doing whatever that insinuation was.
I'm pretty sure what I was suggesting wasn't a war crime. Crime, yes. War crime, no. At least not on this station.
Fine, I can live with a crime, just don't do it in front of me.
It's fine, I'll tell you to turn off your sensors, it's fine.
You head over to Drifter's End, which is part of the station's ring, known for cheap housing to vagabonds of all sorts. The apartment appears to be a cement cube with several tomato plants in plastic barrels sitting along the otherwise barren porch. Boxes of nutrients, broth, gardening tools, and various cultural knickknacks clutter the floor around the area.
Why can we never be sent to the nice places?
Just looks over it, just looks at the outside of this building. It's like, yes, a Dentian of the Hollow Net definitely lives here.
You see an individual crouched over tending to the tomatoes.
Well, you have the nicety protocols.
Yeah, the Dr. Prey's going to go up to me. Excuse me.
Hello?
Would you be Siren?
No.
That would be convenient.
Yes. Would you know where we could find them? We've got a message that needs to be taken to them.
I mean, you can leave the message with me.
It's an in-person message, I'm afraid. It has to be communicated directly to them.
What is it regarding?
I'm afraid I can only mention that to Siren. It's of the utmost discretion.
On behalf of whom?
On behalf of a potential ally of his. He's not lying. We tell him he works for us.
Make me a diplomacy check.
Come on, diplomacy. And that is... Oh, it's 9. Good grief. There was an attempt.
I'm afraid there must be some confusion here. Siren is not in a position to be entertaining offers, as it were.
Well, if you see them, do let them know that we called by.
Are you like related to them? Are you friends? Are you dating? What's that?
That is my business, not yours.
Okay.
If you don't want to tell me who you guys are, I'm not going to tell you who we guys are.
Oh, well, we're Starfinders. And he like shows his hand and makes the thing glow.
Well, that's convenient. Though, when I asked that before, you were evasive about it. Why?
There are people who are currently coming here to do harm, and we're trying not to, reveal ourselves to maybe speed up that level of harm.
That's nonsense.
And
why would anybody be coming to do harm to me?
As soon as he says me, Dr. Prey's just like...
And
just gives him a look. Which is
Well, it's... well, not me explicitly.
unless you're Sirin, then there probably will be no harm coming to you. But there is harm coming for Sirin. That's why we need to do something. And that is why it's imperative we speak to them.
Brackets you.
Lucian, make a diplomacy check. Nikon, you can assist if you wish.
I'm making a lot of faces.
Nat 20 for 25.
I don't aid with a 4.
Okay, so -2 because of that terrible aiding. It's still a 23. At this point, a elderly woman opens the door to this concrete cube and turns to the guy stood there in his sight. Joubert, just... I'll handle this. Look, come in. And this elderly woman invites you in.
Ah, splendid.
Okay, let's do this. And I told the truth. I hate that. Ugh.
Oh, I'm sure you can wash your mouth out later by telling
It's
a
fine.
lie to someone.
Would anybody like any tea?
I'd like a cup of tea, please.
Yeah,
Can you
why
even
not?
drink tea?
He doesn't drink tea. He's just going to hold it. He likes the smell.
I'm okay. I'm on a diet.
Tea? Anyway.
Ignore her.
And she starts pottering around and is potting together this tea. So what is this all about?
But you're Surin,
I am Siren, yes.
and that was your dear?
Joubert,
Huh.
my grandson.
Oh. Are you a hacker? We're looking for Surin, who is an excellent hacker.
Okay. Yeah, if we know you are a hacker.
Yes.
She goes quiet for a while and just stares off into the middle distance.
Corporate sabotage, ring any bells.
Yeah.
Potentially making a very huge list of enemies who are currently looking for this location, and we are running
Oh, my
a
dear.
massive deception operation right now. Do we try and hide this place? But we
dear,
can't
oh dear.
keep them forever?
Well, I used to be a hacker.
Okay, when did you stop?
As of...
Well, I've got a degenerative brain disease, you see. And I retired some years ago.
Okay, so that means somebody's using your alias and trying to frame you.
No, I've got the files.
Okay.
They're in here.
While they're talking, can I do a sneaky medicine roll to see if they actually do have a degenerative brain disease?
Yeah, make me a sneaky medicine roll.
Plus 8, and that is that's 22 total for sneaky medicine, which is
for sneaky medicine, it does. They are old. They are frail. They do seem to have some degenerative brain disease. The 1,000-yard stare that you just saw out of them is them. You've seen this in other patients before, where it's like they're desperately trying to remember something that all evidence points to that they've done it. They have no recollection of. You can also see that they've got a number of neural implants. So when she said the files are in here, she likely meant they are stored on some kind of internal hard drive.
Okay, this puts us in a bit of a weird situation.
Why? We just pull them out.
And yeah, that's rule one I was always taught is never pull out neural implants.
No, the files.
I mean,
you can have the files just in exchange.
Okay.
Exchange for what?
Well, if I've pissed off the Blue Rise Tower, then me and Joubert are in danger.
Yes, you're correct.
I would like you to fake my death.
This actually
immediately short circuits Dr. Gray.
This isn't as insane as it sounds. I mean, we could hide them in the Starfinder Society. We do need counter offer. You give us the files, we fake your death, we put you into a witness protection style program, and you take refuge at the Starfinder Society and help us.
I thought that was a given.
Well, it's nice to have it out there on the table just in case.
So,
okay. So how do we fake your death?
Well, this isn't my first rodeo.
Does anyone know what you look like?
Plenty of people know what I look like. Right. First of all, our good friend here, the doctor, as you keep calling them, is going to need to get us a death certificate. That is step one of somebody dying.
Usually the death certificate happens after the faking of the death, but I suppose one can be procured in advance.
Well,
situations such as
we're
this.
going to have to find a body.
Oh, well, there's a good news on that front. We saw quite a few of them earlier.
And then I'm going to need another new identity. Can't exist on Epsilon Station without one.
Yeah, I'm sure the Starfinder Society can help you with that bit, but...
We are the Starfinder Society, Doctor.
Yes, I mean...
And I would like your help with that.
As a collective. So... Right.
Body first.
So, yes, obtain a body, which, again, goes against quite a lot of the oaths that I swore, but nevertheless.
So, Dr. Prey, you're very good at bodies. You know that they can be obtained as medical cadavers for a reasonable price from somewhat shadier people.
This is going to involve him tanking his reputation on the space station even further, isn't it?
But,
I mean, I can always make the purchase. It's fine.
Yes,
You can
I'll
stay
come with you
outside.
to validate the cadaver, but I'd rather the purchase went under your name rather than mine for
Well,
reasons to
you
do with
also
my medical
know,
license
Dog's
and
Prey,
how
you
it's
also know
handled.
that there are some morticians on Absalon Station that are very flexible with creating death reports and not really requiring the body. It just all depends on how much you're willing to grease palms.
Everything's done digitally these days.
Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Prey's fine with the actual commission of the act. They just want to make sure that it doesn't come back to them because they don't want to lose their medical license for faking a death. Which on the list of things doctors aren't supposed to do is under murder people. So
Well, you're not murdering anybody. You're helping them not be murdered.
You've got to remember
so-
this doctor has a weird moral compass.
You have a
I have a
choice.
completely upstanding moral compass.
Or
you have the
can
weird
either
moral compass.
buy a body and disguise it to look like Siren, and then get a actual death certificate for that body under the name of Siren. Or you can just go to a very shady mortician and purchase outright a death certificate with all of Sharon's details.
The body is probably the best idea.
Yeah,
It's
so
more
can I do a
authentic.
culture roll for the company that pissed off Blue Rise? In depth although they're like a mega corporation that's going to make sure that someone screwed them over, they're going to want to see someone killed for it, or are they just going to be like someone who's going to go on the internet and be like, oh yeah, that person's dead now. That's
make me a culture check here.
That's a +7. 19 total.
So, Blue Rise Tower isn't a mega corporation. It is a tower containing many mega corporations. Siren has just pissed off a lot of influential people. They're going to want a body, and they're going to chase down that paper trail.
No.
You can purchase the death report. It's not. They're going to then follow that up. They're going to go down and find the mortician that did this, and they're going to ask them to see the body, and to save their own hides, they're probably going to produce something.
No.
Let's do this properly.
Lucien's right, yes. The sort of people that you've angered, I'm afraid. If we're going to do this, we're going to have to do it properly. So, fair enough. If we'll procure the body.
Yeah, I know if I'd say this. Let's go buy a body.
You managed to buy the body relatively easy for 60 credits. So 20 credits, please.
Just going to this shady morticians on some back floor level, just standing outside the entrance, you got the goods. They just dump a corpse out. It's jolly good.
Now you need to do two things. You need to disguise the body to be that of Siren, which can either be done with a disguise check or, because they're dead and it doesn't really matter how much of a mess you make, a medicine check.
Ooh.
And then you're going for anything that you can't disguise, you're going to have to hack into the medical systems to change the rest of Siren's details. So, for example, teeth, DNA, etc. You need to hack in.
I'll take care of that one.
Okay.
I'll prepare the body.
Can I get a disguised medicine check for preparing the body?
You can, and he is literally a doctor, so I plus 8 to this. It's 15 total.
Lucian, are you assisting at all with a disguise or a medicine check?
I don't think she is, no. She's going to be spending her time sitting there wondering how she's going to be able to write off a 60 credit purchase as a tax rebate. How do you get a tax rebate on a dead body purchase?
Oh, you have to file it under consumables, you see. It's not a much long process, he says while he's doing this. Just talking her through, tax rules. But actually, that's a point. As a doctor, can Dr. Callum issue death certificates as well?
You can, but that would leave a paper trail directly back to you should somebody come investigating.
It would, but would that not be a good thing? Because then I can.
I thought you wanted your reputation maintaining.
Yeah, but if we're
It's
doing
fine.
this, we have to do it fully heartedly, and
Could
there's
you-
a balance
could
between
you-
protecting your reputation and having these corporations come to him to confirm the body's dead, because that way he knows he can just say, yes, there was this patient
But-
and they died.
Can Dr. Callum say yes, considering that his ability to lie seems to be about as well? As
What's
good as
the
a lie
role
detector.
to create our own death certificate?
Hmm.
Well, the role to create a death certificate isn't difficult. It's basically another medicine check. It's just this will lead directly back to you guys rather than to anybody else.
If that's what you want, Dr. Callum.
Well, there could be some benefit in it, and I suppose to conceal a lie like this, it might be best if it's kept to within our group so that we can control the narrative as much as possible. As deaf as I am to say it, it does seem like it is the best idea that we ourselves proclaim this corpse to be Siren.
Well, not we. You.
Yes, fine, me, yes. Thank you for reminding me. It's only my medical career on the line.
I mean, I do have a first aid certificate, so.
I mean,
yeah,
you're the
maybe
one
I-
putting
Does
it
not
on
count.
the
They give
line.
them out in crackers.
We could easily go
Crackers,
and
I
buy someone's silence.
Yes, but if we can buy someone's silence, someone else can buy their voice. It's always worth remembering.
Am I hacking the medical system for these?
You are. You're gonna have to make me a computers check.
Oh God, that's a 10.
That does not go well for you.
No.
I suppose Lucian could try and give it a go. I mean, she
mean,
has
I
plus
can-
2 to computers, so she can technically do it.
Are you trained in computers?
Yeah, plus 2.
Oh.
Yeah, and Dr. Prey will probably assist as well when he sees just like, oh, how does Nikon react to just like trying to hack in and fail?
I'm like talking to you at the same time, and then all of a sudden, like the screen starts flashing red, and I look at it, and like he's got those super dark, like full black mouse eyes, and then you can see them just go wide, and his skin like shifts into a very like pale tone with like flushed red cheeks. And he's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll to assist Lucien with assisting with the hacking.
I'll give it a go.
With
I mean,
taking over.
it's fine. I'll do it. It's fine. I mean, my brother does it a lot. I mean, it's just a case of typing the password over and over again. So that's a 16 plus 2, 18.
And I rolled 15 total for assisting.
Plus 2.
So
That's
So that'll give me
20.
plus 2.
Plus two,
So
yeah.
it's a dirty 20 for the
Yeah.
hacking roll.
Yeah.
Well, that was close.
I mean, the password is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, are you guys new at this?
I will admit that computers is not my speciality. but
Sorry, we haven't had
I-
decades of
I am-
experience, Grandma.
I am literally a doctor. Of medicine, not of computers. And besides, there's capture at the bottom. How can I expect it to do that?
Back in my day, even the youngsters knew how to break into a simple medical system.
Yes, well, back in my day, we didn't have to fake people's deaths to get them out of their problems. But, you know, times change.
All right.
He says
Anyway,
while he's still working on this corpse.
we've taken care of it. The corpse is good. Now we just need the death certificate.
Yeah.
Doctor,
Okay.
are you sure you want to do this?
Yes, again, as I said, whilst I do hate the idea of risking my reputation on something as well, this, I suppose it has to be done for the greater good, and I just don't
I have
trust
thought
people.
of one slight complication.
Go on.
They're going to ask how Sirin died.
Yes, you're
We're
right.
going to need
And
a
he's-
semi-convincing
He's
story.
gonna take go into his medical kit bag, pull out just like a hammer, just like a regular hammer, and just beat this corpse in the head 4 or 5 times. Like, oh yes, there you go, they were murdered. And just puts it back in
Okay.
his bag. It's like, that'll do. And,
Okay,
yeah,
unexpected unsolved homicide. Okay.
This
That was a hell of a solution.
Mhm.
Well, as far as I can tell, half the station wants you dead anyway, so it's not too far beyond the realm of possibility that someone did you in with a hammer. I'm sorry about your carpet, but nevertheless.
I mean, as a medical student, you know to a certain degree, if anybody ever actually finds this corpse, they're going to be able to tell the difference between post-mortem
Wounds and
wounds versus...
Unless the world's greatest doctor, who's also a Varka, happened to have worked on this corpse beforehand. They've got the pump going, they're pumping blood back through it, so it looks like it was alive. They've got like little heating packs on it to heat it up to the correct temperature. They've got a little medical... what species is Siren anyway?
Human.
Okay, they've got their big book of human anatomy out, and there's like checklist for faking a corpse, which is page 374. And it's like, yes, that's tick. And that was a total of 16 for faking the death certificate as well.
Yep.
Done in with hammer.
That's not too difficult. You know, you've filled out these things before. Everybody's had to do a bit of a stint in the morgue as part of their education.
If anyone asked, we were sent to capture Sirin. She resisted, and in a flurry of anger, I took a hammer and I smashed her in.
Or we found her like this. We're from the Starfinders, chasing up a lead, and that way we don't have to implicate you in murder. Which checks notes. Yes, it's still legal.
Okay. We'll try that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hit them with the hammer if you really want. Just once.
And I think she just takes her staff out and just whacks it with the staff.
Yes. It's very therapeutic, isn't it?
If
I should get myself one of these.
If you've finished beating up
corpse?
my corpse, there is a matter of a new identity for me and my grandson.
Oh, that should be a relatively easy one.
It should be.
I think. I mean, we just have to go to a records office, I assume, and just register 2 new people who've just arrived on the station.
Yeah, I mean...
So, going to need a couple of rolls. Gonna need either a bluff, a culture, or a disguise check to basically introduce Siren to a number of people to create a reasonable alibi that this person is just transferred in, or, you know, and you're helping them getting their footing, etc., etc. You're gonna then have to follow that up with either a diplomacy or a professions check to get them some form of permanent relocation.
Okay.
And could also do with new identification papers, which is another computers check.
That's the only one that I can do.
I think this is Lucian, I think, because you got +5 culture, +5 diplomacy. So I think that's unless anyone can like top that kind of to go any other route.
I might be able to aid on diplomacy, but otherwise, I'm a big old soldier boy.
Oh, it's fine. It's time to get out my socialite. It's fine. We'll grab a coffee on the way, and we'll do some introductions.
I'll stay here then, shall I, and work on these identification papers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I suppose the last thing to do before we leave will be to call in the body of Siren, of course. That way, it'll go through the system as an actual murder.
Okay. Since you're the one with the certificate, it makes sense that you do that.
Yes, I was thinking the same. So perhaps if we meet up once you've secured their paperwork.
Okay, we can do that. Right, back up to the upper levels. I don't like being here.
Yeah. So when the other 2 have left, Dr. Praise just going to like set a timer on his watch for 10 or so minutes, and then he's going to call up the Absalom Station central medical channel, like the emergency channel, report it as like attended a house, Door was unlocked, went inside, found a corpse believed to be Siren, appears to have been murdered, and just run it through like the emergency channels as a legitimate thing.
Yep. Make me a diplomacy check.
Oh, I have a +1 to that, so let's see how this goes. 9 total.
Okay.
That's almost 10.
It's almost 10.
But it's not a 10.
I almost won.
All right, and so Nikon and Lucian, how are you helping build a new life for Siren and Judah?
I think that Lucian's going to go down the approach of finding like the welcome center for Epsilon Station, be like, hey, I'm a Starfinder, this ship just came in, these are 2 people off the ship, we'd really like to process them. The Starfinder Society is very interested in them, so if there's any way we could expedite some of the process a little bit, I'm keeping them under my protection for now, and basically try and bull her way through the red tape as best as she can.
All right, make me a bluff, culture, or disguise.
Definitely culture. That is a 21 for culture.
And the person there is Vasali. Oh, anything to help out the Starfinder Society. Sorry, what planet did you say that they were coming from? So start filling out these forms.
I've not been off station. Come up with something.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, because Dr. Prey isn't
Probably,
there, is it? So
probably Siren. Just like, come up with something. I mean, they're filling out their forms. It's fine. I think Lucian doesn't have like much knowledge of anything outside Epsilon Station.
Just look at the map, take and pick a planet.
Look at the map. Oh, okay. Oh, the map's back now. Okay, thank you. I was trying to cover myself. Like, quick. We'll go for verses.
Perfect.
Different there. Different verses. There, have that. Put that on the form. VERCES. There we go. See, simple.
Trying to remember which one versus is.
The tidally locked planet where I'm from.
Oh, yes, there. Okay. Great place. Great place.
My favorite planet.
Great place to go on holiday. Not so much to live at the moment. But yes, they're different verses. They're coming here. We scouted them out, and we think they'll be a great addition to the Starfinders.
Ooh. And they help you finish off the processing, and they are given new visas to allow them to stay on Absalon Station for a while, at least.
I think
There we go.
So, who wants to introduce them to some contacts so that they can start their new lives?
I suppose I've come this far. I might as well finish it off. If Nikon wants to try and get the papers,
I think
final ID papers.
Nikon's borrowed a laptop from Surin. I'm sure she has extra, and he's posted up in a cafe. He's just like working really hard. He's found some like templates. He's sort of crafting their digital footprint, as it were.
Yeah, you're going through and setting up accounts for just various things that you know that people can't get by without.
Mm-hmm. And Verses is perfect because he knows all of the places that they would have had accounts at.
Yeah. So can you make me a computers check?
Wow, single digits. That's a 12 though.
Oh, single digit on the die, not the results.
Yes.
Okay. And
4 plus 8.
Have you tried adding little asterisks at the end? It means it's required.
Lucian, you're not with Nikon at the
No,
moment. You're running
unfortunately.
introductions.
I'm alone at the
Yes,
cafe on my
I'm-
Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Lucian's, for the contact part, is going to focus legitimately, as she said at the first meeting, she's going to try and introduce them to Starfinder contacts to kind of reinforce the story that they've been kind of like picked. Which kind of means that she's trying. She's basically retracing her steps from this morning. So it's like, let's go back down to Thingamabobby and go see Ziggy again. Let's just do the whole thing in reverse one more lap. Tree lap. Just like, hello person, this is Thingy.
Yep, so make me a diplomacy check on that.
Come on, be a nice big round number. I mean, it's a round number and it is big, but it's not the one I wanted. It's 16 plus 5, 21.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I do believe that is, as far as you can tell, a successful faking of somebody's death. And
I'm quite proud of myself.
Reintroduction into society as two completely new people.
I think Lucian's got notes of what's been done. She's just like, this could come in useful one day. Get death certificates, find identity. It's like, okay, this could be useful.
I don't feel confident about my digital footprint work.
And
If anyone takes a close look at that, they're gonna see right through it, I feel like.
You can't tell how well you've done on that.
No,
You
but-
just...
Out of character, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
But is there anything else that anybody wishes to attempt before we head back and present these people to Historia 7?
Yeah, so Dr. Prey, I imagine he's like talking to the police.
The station security and a mortician turn up.
Yeah, and he's before they've turned up, he's gone around the house and taken out all the pictures of like the actual person, so it isn't too obvious that it's just a completely different body. Like tells them that IS just went as a routine check as part of the Starfinder Society, found them dead, blah blah blah. And then they're going to try and catch up with Siren before they disappear, and then they want to very quickly use minor boost on them to try and temporarily clear up their not Alzheimer's, but what was it, their brain
Degenerative brain disease.
Okay, so basically Alzheimer's. They're going to try and clear it up for a bit with minor booster, which is basically just a biohack that adds a buff to some stats.
Yep.
Just so that this person's vaguely compos mentis and doesn't immediately just tell the next person they see, I used to be Siren, but they're dead now. My new friends, these people, help me fake their death.
Do you need to roll for that at all, or does that just happen?
It's just to happen, but yeah, it's maddeningly vague because the entire text for it is just you give someone a minor booster. It's like, yes, thank you, stuff like that. But yeah, so they're just going to do that to them in the form where they rummage through their custom med kit, and then they're just going to like pull out like a little jab with some liquid in it, and then just go into Siren's shoulder while they're looking the other way.
Yep. Just to give them a while of lucidity, as you're taking them through the motions of sort of like, this is now who you are, this is your reason for being on Absalon Station, these are your names, we'll try to sort you out some temporary accommodation with the Starfinders, and yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think Lucian's also going to be like, well, I have one other little emergency avenue should anyone ask. I mean, I am training as a mystic, so if anyone asks, I could just pretend to have a mystic vision that this is the person that they say they are. Because no one questions diviners or mystics. Because it's magic. And, you know, magic.
Yeah, let's hope we
Sure
don't
they
have to
don't.
rely on that.
Well, it's an emergency.
I'll stick with my computer, thank you.
Yeah. I'll stick in the cold, harm, scientific realm of physical science. Thank you very much. But the hands
One
thing is
day
very
I'll.
good. You should do it more often.
Wait, one day I will divine the future and I will make you pay. But for now, I can't quite pierce that far back or forward.
Think on those dreams.
So are you now presenting them to Historia 7?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like beep boop, here they are. We got them. FYI, this is Sirin, but don't keep that in your data bank. Keep that in your purgeable memory thing.
Oh,
that you
I've
keep
been
there.
keeping track of your progress.
Good. So you know that they need accommodation as well. We thought you could sort that since you're a big entity with large computing power. You could probably find a spare house around here somewhere.
Don't worry about that. I've made arrangements, and you have attempted reasonably well to make arrangements of their own. There was only some cleanup that I had to do. And looks at Nikon.
Well,
Listen,
as-
I spent all my computing power on that frickin' race earlier.
Yes, well, as far as first crimes go, that was one. Shall we leave?
No.
I don't know, are we... I think we're done for the day.
Siren, or you never gave them a new name. You just said you've got a new name now.
My new name's Betty.
What is their
Screw
new
it.
name?
It's Betty. We're sticking with Betty.
I was going to go
It's
with
worked
Renus.
once. It's worked once. It's got to work a second time. No one will suspect a thing.
So Siren chimes in and says, "Oh, I haven't felt this alive in ages. I do hope to be able to assist the data files in some regards. Although my skills these days, they come and they go, I suppose. Sometime after them and Historia 7, so like, thank you and send you on your way. While they start discussing and also, getting the files out of Siren's data jack. Sometime later, a robot courier greets you all. I have a gift from Historia 7.
Ooh,
Do you wish to receive?
yes.
You are presented with a standard data jack,
Gimme.
which is an augmentation, if nobody remembers Nikon's backstory. A cred stick with 200 credits.
You guys can
Okay.
split that. I don't want that.
A Frostbite Class 0 rifle. With a note there from Siren.
Ooh.
Or Siren's new alias. It just reads, "It's a little old, but it still works. Found this clearing out some old family caches. Do believe you might be able to make more use of it than I." And that is it. You have completed. Oh wait, I think there's supposed to be a bit at the end I'm supposed to read out to you guys. We've kind of done these out of order because it fits better, if you ask me. Now that you have completed all the missions for each of the factions, your presence is requested by guidance. you're summoned back to the Lawspire complex. This time, the holographic appearance is of a wizened male Kurasha Lashunter, who congratulates you on the success of your missions. Your presence in the Starfinder Society is much needed in the aftermath of the Scoured Stars, and we've needed skilled agents more than ever. If you have any friends, family, or other people that are interested in joining the society, we will welcome them with open arms and provide them with the basic Starfinder training. I thank you for assisting us today, and please enjoy your downtime. You will be summoned shortly for further missions.
Very well.
Cool.
Coffee time.
Hell yeah.
Good day.
A good time was had by all. Now I need coffee.
Let's grab a coffee. Yeah. And let's get this data jack installed, baby.
Very well. I saw your eyes light up the moment you saw that one.
I know y'all can't use the frostbite rifle, but you can totally sell it if I can get the data jack.
I mean, you might as well have the rifle as well. I mean, Lucian's doesn't particularly care for material things or what everyone else has. Just put some numbers with the word credit in front of it, and that's immediately, all she cares about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more about getting up in the fray anyway, so this is nice. Doesn't suit my skills necessarily.
But let me just, before you go selling this thing, would like to point out that it is a level 4 weapon.
I'll keep it. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Yeah.
We are playing Starfinder Society scenarios here, but we're not strictly obeying the rules of them in that if they are gifted with something, they get to keep it, rather than the usual rules where it's like you get the lump sum of credits at the end and everything is essentially returned, but it allows you to buy it, because this is one of them where it's like it's 2,330 because it appears on your log sheet. You can buy it slightly earlier than if it doesn't, but at the same token, it's like it's a lot of money. And it just, to me, it makes sense why they do it in organized play, but it doesn't make sense for the way that we're doing it, which is not so organized.
No, and who knows? Maybe we'll see our newbie Starfinders again next year.
Who knows?
But yes, thank you all for joining us this evening. Oh, by the way, if you did purchase a copy of the Star Sugar Heart Love, before we meet again, you have a choice. Now that it is a day later and it is no longer on sale, the value has risen for resale to 200 credits. If you wish to sell your albums. Or you can keep hold of them.
I think Dr. Praise developed a sentimental attachment to this album as a representation of their inauguration into the Starfinders and those 3 weird blokes / people they met when they first joined. So they're going to frame it on the wall in their medical office.
I think Lucian's going to keep hers for now under pretense of, yes, it's gone up in value now, but give it another few years when even less copies are around, it'll be worth even more. I'm going to play the long game with this one.
Fair enough. But yes, okay, that's pretty much wrapping up all of that. Thank you for joining us this evening. I have been and will continue to be Kyron Rushmore. You can usually find me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Kyron Rushmore, and around the internet under that alias. On my Twitch channel, I play a variety of video games, not so much of the TTPRG stuff over there, but you're more than welcome to join me. Krifu?
Yeah, hi everyone. I am Krufu Bernal. I can be found online at Krufu Bernal. Let's see, this Saturday I'll be back here with another episode of the EU Happy Hour, in which we're wrapping up our Changeling the Dreaming flight.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, Hedgehog will be with me on both these things because on Monday we're back with the final Space Flicks and Kill of the year. We're meeting with the main crew, the Plot A crew, and just checking in. It's gonna be more of a cozy stream. We're not running anything. We're just talking about the campaign so far, what's to come in the Space Flicks and Kill actual play stream, and yeah, that's my last stream of the year, and that feels really weird.
2023 beckons.
Hedgehog.
Yeah, hi, I'm a Hedgehog. You can find me at Hedgehog UK on Twitter, and usually Hedgehog anywhere else in the world because, yeah. The only things I have this year are the exact same things that Krifu's in, which means next Monday will also be my last game of 2023, and that also feels wrong on so many levels. I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 weeks of not doing anything. Oh, God help me. However, looking forward to 2023, I have a lot of fun stuff. I got my admin out of the way before stream specifically, so I had it done ready for this. So I have started a new group called the Misadventurers League, as probably people have been bored to death hearing about. However, I have a new casting call open for a Thursday show starting in February. We are going to be running what was going to be my Fallout 3. My Fallout 3 shot is now becoming a Fallout campaign. It is basically the misadventures in Appalachia, where I'm going to get a bunch of people in the Fallout TTRPG system to go and wreak absolute havoc and possibly launch a nuke, because that's a lot of fun. I will drop the link in the Twitch for anyone who wants to go join and have a look. There's a form there to fill in. I would love to meet new people for this. But yeah, that's me.
And RJ.
I've been RJ. You can find me normally over on at Cosmopunk Pod on Twitter or cosmopunk.podbean.net for our podcast, which is every couple of weeks, which is my main character, which again is the complete opposite of this character. So if you want to see me play the absolute dichotomy of Dr. Gray, then yeah, listen to our main podcast. And yeah, that's about it for me.
All right. Thank you all again for joining us this evening, and until next time, daddy bye.
Tidy bye.
Bye.